Yo, what up guys, it's your boy Dougie. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a guide on how to program drums and then how to arrange a beat once you're finished with it and make it a finished project. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So my boy Chu sent me this loop yesterday, I think. If you want to see how he made this melody, go to his channel. I'll link it down in the description below. You can see how he made this melody. But so we're just going to fire it up now and see if we get any ideas. Okay, this loop is stupid. It is so hard. We are gonna make such a fire beat with this. So as you can see back here, he sent me this loop and then sent me basically everything spaced out at the end here. So I'm gonna go through, chop all this up, get it all separated out, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so these are all the individual parts of the loop that he sent. And right now I'm going to go through and just add all of these to the mixer, make them all unique, add them all to the mixer as individual tracks, and then yeah, then we'll have more control when we arrange later of the different elements that we want to leave in or take out or whatever. So yeah, I'm going to go do that right now. All right, so these are all made unique. I guess we can just do this and this for now. All right, so first things first, we're gonna lay this pattern down, and I usually like to start with the hi-hats or the 808, kind of depending on how I'm feeling. I usually like to start with the hi-hats and snare and clap first, just so I can get a feel for the bounce. And then once I do that, I'll do the 808. So yeah, I'm gonna start with the hi-hats for now. I'm gonna be using Chu's centerfold drum kit. Shout out Chu, go download his centerfold drum kit. It is fire, free lifetime updates. Actually, there's a new update out right now that I actually have to go download, but yeah, anyway. We are going to use this. All right, we're gonna use this for now. All right, so we're just gonna start out right now with a simple two-step hi-hat pattern, just to get a little vibe. Like that, but something that I like to do to kind of spice it up so it's not just like so robotic. Obviously, I'm sure you know about adjusting the shift or the swing here, which is fine. To spice it up a little bit more, I like to come to the piano roll and just fuck with the velocities. I like to go one high, one low, one high, one low, and then just kind of mess with it from there. It just adds, like, I don't know, you'll see when I'm done. It just adds such a cool vibe, I think. So I like to adjust the velocities like that, and then also the pan. I like to just randomize that, if I can do that. So we already did the velocities, so I don't have to do that, but the pan, I just like to shift it just a little bit, nothing too crazy. Okay. Something else I also like to do is I like to add two hi-hat patterns. So one simple one like this, and then one a little bit more complex. And then at this point, it's really just like a trial and error. See what you like. Fire. And also something I didn't explain in the beginning is I like to build my drums kind of with everything playing at once like this. That way I can kind of get a vibe for the finished chorus, I guess, or like the loudest part of the beat. And then once I finish that, I'll go through, separate out all the patterns and stuff like that, and just arrange and create my finished product from there. But that's what I'm doing right now, basically. I'll just add everything into one pattern and then separate it out later and go back and arrange everything and stuff like that. But yeah, I like to just do it all in one pattern first. It's just my workflow, how I like to do it. You can do it differently, you can not, but that's just how I like to do it. All right, let's get a snare in. I think I'm gonna take a snare actually from my drum kit. You can download that for free down below in the description. We're gonna go, yeah, we're gonna go with this snare here. It's just so nice. It's fucking crunchy. It's just chef's kiss, my guy. I'm gonna take a perk from here too. Not a perk, a rim. Back, I think, and add a open hat. Like that. Yeah, dude, that's fucking fire. Now that the hi-hats and the claps and the perks and all that stuff are programmed in, I'm gonna go back and do the 808 now. Let's see what we got in centerfold here. I think we're gonna do something similar also, like we did with the hi-hats, and use two 808s. One that's like kind of smooth sounding and another one that's like kind of crunchy. You'll see once I program it. I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do here. And so now we're going to take some of these notes, copy them, and put them into this other 808 that I'm going to use. Yeah, like this one, this. Just a little difference, but it also just lets you take this part out, make it more simple, or just when you're arranging, it gives you more options. That it's just something that you have to think about when you're creating your drums, is your arrangement and how you want to build and release tension and stuff like that. But we'll get into that later. So yeah, so there's the 808 pattern. We're just gonna use a kick also. Just a simple kick that follows the 808 pattern. Yeah, nothing too crazy. We are at this point though gonna come into here and add TR5 to just make our drums fucking slap. Obviously everything's clipping now, but we can go through and adjust that. Just a little gain staging here, just so not everything's clipping at once here. this is fucking fire. What are we gonna do here? So basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna merge all this into one clip right now so I can throw it into Fruity Slicer, because I want to make kind of like a verse or another section that's a little more upbeat, high energy. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. All right, so I have all this combined into one clip. We're gonna take this and open it up in Fruity Slicer. Come here, change this to beat, adjust the attack so there's no clicking, and then we're just gonna kind of go for it, honestly, and see what we can come up with. Okay, so this is the pattern we're gonna use that as part of the arrangement somewhere, somehow. Not entirely sure what we're gonna do, but we are gonna use it. The drums are done. I added the Fruity Slicer part that we're gonna use in the arrangement somewhere, not entirely sure yet, but that kind of leaves me with 3 parts in my mind for the arrangement, 3 sections that I have created. Obviously, when I go through the arrangement, I can kind of take drums out, add drums, build tension, release tension, add a bunch of effects and things like that. So yeah, basically I'm gonna go through right now and arrange this whole thing, and I will come back and kind of go through everything that I did and explain it. So that way you don't gotta watch me fumble around for a while. But yeah, so I'll be back. All right, so right here, I kind of have a rough idea of this is how I'm gonna lay out the whole beat. So right here, we're gonna do kind of like the chorus or the hook. That's how we're gonna start the beat. I think I'm gonna do something in front here. I'm not really sure yet, because I don't really like how it just goes boom. I kind of want to do maybe something in the beginning. I don't know, we'll see. And I also started out the verse without this hi-hat in here, this 2-step hi-hat, just so once it goes from this section here, so from this section, once it goes from that first section to the second section, just adding that 2-step hi-hat will kind of add a little bit more bounce and get people to be like, oh shit, like this is kind of moving, it's bopping. So like here, this is kind of what I mean. So and then we're gonna come back here with a chorus that's also gonna build, and then we just repeat the whole thing from there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's the arrangement, at least. But yeah, so now we're gonna talk about effects and risers and transitions and stuff like that. When you are using these, you definitely need to be super careful, because it's really easy to overdo it and make it sound super corny and just kind of whack, honestly. That kind of develops over time. Some people just have, I like to call it taste, right? So some people just have good taste and know where to put risers, where to put effects, where to put transitions. And some people don't, and some people have to study and work at it. And I've studied it a lot, honestly. It just paying attention to music that you listen to also just kind of gives you a good idea of where to put it, where not to put it. But yeah, we're gonna go through and add some effects. Oh, actually, before I do that, I did want to add something here. I kind of want to add like a little tape stop effect, or like kind of like vinyls onto it here. So I think we're gonna do something like that. Figured it out. There is this gross beat preset that I added to the master, so it just affects the whole thing. But just this vinyl on preset is what I did, and then created an automation clip. Kind of just added this little piece right here. I'm just gonna kind of walk through my thought process with all the transitions. So right here, I want the drop to be like, I want it to hit, you know what I mean? Like I want it to drop and people be like, damn, that was sick. We can cut out everything here except for maybe like one thing, you know? Yeah, we can do something like this maybe. Yeah, so something like that. And then adding a transition or riser. And then also these like transition effects are cool too. Using these little cuts like that just helps so much with drops and just transitioning from section to section of your finished piece. So I'm gonna go through right now and just kind of do more stuff like that, add a couple more transitions, and then yeah, we'll be back. Okay, so I would say this beat is pretty much done. That's pretty much it. It's basically just a recap. Do all of your drums at once first. It just makes it so much easier. But as you're doing it, it's just a good exercise to imagine different sections of the song as you're going through it, just so you can add different parts. Obviously, like if you go through and you arrange your whole beat like this and there's something else you want to add, like by all means go and add it and do that stuff. But a lot of this just comes down to taste and experience and practice. So your arrangements are gonna suck at first and not be super interesting, and that's okay. The more you do it and the more you listen to it, the more you listen to other music and study other music and other tutorials, the more that you are going to get better at it. It's a pretty simple concept, honestly. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys learned something. This kind of took me a while to learn and get down right. I feel like making beats interesting is definitely a skill that you have to practice and develop over time. Like I said, shout out to Chu for sending me this loop. It is fucking absolutely fire. If you want to see how he made this melody, you can go to his channel. I'll link it down below in the description. And yeah, if you want to download my free drum kit, go download that in the description as well. But yeah, it's been real. So peace.